thing that happened today, the drive belt on this machine broke. So to get it off of the trailer and everything, I'm going to have to push it off. I've released the hydro, so to get it up on there. The new kid was on it today, and the belt broke. He didn't hit nothing. I was right there when it happened, so I hope it ain't one of the pulleys. About having the same mowers, man. Right? I don't care nothing about trying out different brands just because it's a popular thing on YouTube. This is a business first, so I like to be able to change, have interchangeable parts. But if you look at the belt right here, see, yeah, and he didn't hit nothing. There was nothing in the pulley. I mean, I was right behind him when it happened. It just stopped moving, and I knew exactly what had happened because I saw this flop down in the back. Y'all know I do have a disclaimer. Do not try this at home, okay? I just have to say that. It ain't real safe, I'll put it like that. All right, man. Thank God for Amazon, because these used to be a lot more expensive than they are now. I think I paid about $25 for all 4 of these, and they used to be like $9 each, $10 each. It would cost you $50 or $60, but they're not that important to me. But this is the mower that whoever's working with me is going to be sitting on. So I got to kind of protect them from them, right? I'm gonna blow the deck off, and I'm gonna. Okay, y'all, we're on the first set of 3 that we got. We do this one, that one, and the one next door. The new kid is weed eating. He got to learn where to weed eat though, and that's a little bit harder to show people. It's easy to crank the weed eater and run it, but you got to know where to go with it. And that's what he's got to learn, and what exactly to weed eat. And I will say that some properties are a little bit more difficult than others, and some properties we want you to weed eat here but not there, and then the other property is just the direct opposite. It's all about just remembering and doing the properties a couple times, and then you'll know exactly what the expectations are on each property. So I'm gonna go down this fence line, but y'all see what I got right here. Yeah, we're gonna spray the fence line and everything. Gonna spray that bed that he's weed eating around over there by the pool pump. Yeah, I ain't got a whole lot of time to be kicking it though. Make sure that he got everywhere, but we're gonna be spraying it. You gotta get all that back there. Hey, so normally what I do when I do this one is I come right here, right? Make sure you get that, whatever that is right there. Hey, look, and then I go around just like the mower went. You see that plug in down there? See that plug in right there? You gotta get that back there. Now you did good over there weed eating that pump area. Again, like I said yesterday, a lot of the yards every yard we're going to have a lot of shit in the bed. So it ain't typical that you're going to have to weed eat these beds, because I'm going to be spraying them, right? So, but you got to knock them down today because it's so bad. But you see right there, where I can't get with the mower, where I went around, look, hold the weed eater level and just walk with it, and so you can see the end of the string where it's cutting. And try not to dip down. It takes practice, so that's what you practice on, you know what I'm saying? Make that look like the mower cut. That's the goal. Don't worry about how long. It shouldn't take no time, you know? I'm gonna keep going around. You you'll come out of here and I guess you'll start rolling, right? If you weed around both these mailboxes and the third mailbox, so then you'll start on the other one, that one over there, with a blower and work your way back, all right? When you get to this one over here, you'll probably have to slow up because I might not be done caught up with you yet. So you got to get that. And the stuff like that he'll have to learn, right? You have to learn how to. All the equipment has its own brain. I'm telling you, people that don't think that, I go crap. That's why I like to have the guys that work for me run the same equipment, the exact same weed eater every day. It makes them more efficient. I'll buy them a weed eater, whatever I need to do to make them have a good weed eater. Weed eating is as important or more important than actually mowing, actually. It's going to take us a little bit longer today, and I'm okay with that. Let's see, if you can get paid to spray, use a damn fool if you don't. Yeah, well, really, use a damn fool on these yards if you don't spray them, even if you're not getting paid. You gotta spray them so you can save time on the next run. Or you can go up on the number. Either one. I try to keep my number friendly by saving time. But I need him to blow off before I can spray. Because what you don't want to do is spray and then blow off. This grass is stupid thick. I'm on a look. 1.75, y'all. But see, the next time he comes over here, he'll know exactly what to do. And that's why it's so important to have the same guys out here. I mean, it's really important. Because if not, then you're in a constant state of training. And you never get really good at nothing. You know? Unorganized today by the way I'm cutting him because I'm having to watch everything. You know? I want him to make good money. If it takes us 3 times longer, then he won't make good money. Not because I'll withhold pay, but because it'll take us so long. So got done today. The young man did pretty good today. He did better today than he did yesterday, and you know that's pretty expected. It takes a while to really learn how the flow of things. So once he does the properties a few times, he'll know. My thing is, I'm going to have somebody out here that has some experience that can run the other truck. I'm going to have to hire somebody to do that. Because there's no way that I'm going to be able to keep up with all the lawns with one truck. There ain't no way. Even if I just have a guy run the other truck a couple of days a week. But of course, they would have to know what they're doing. So, you know, it's yeah, that. But I've been, you know, I've been doing pretty good, even with the young man out here, and that's because, well, I've got a lot of experience training guys, right? Also, you know, I do a lot of spraying, and so basically, the money that I made off of spraying today is what I paid. What I paid my guy. And I used to not make that money off spraying. So the spray really helps me with the training process and being able to generate enough money where it's worth them coming out to them. But I'm gonna have to have somebody in the other truck, running the other truck without me around. So that's where I'm at now. And I'm on the fence. Okay, if I put a guy, if I put a guy in the truck with me, well, he's got to have the potential to run the other truck. You know, because there's not going to be time for me to train, you know, 2 or 3 guys before we get to the meat of the mowing. Right now, we're doing the first mows, and I'm making extra money on every one, and I'm making money on the spray, which is a good thing. But when we get into the grind of the heat of the summer, I'm going to need somebody out here that's familiar with everything at that point. And right now, I don't have that. And that's where that. So, but the young man, he's working good. I mean, he really is. And he's, you know, he seems to remember stuff too. So, that's a good thing, man. But again, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I mean, he's got a lot to learn, and I told him that, you know, and you know, I do too, you know. I mean, it ain't a bad thing. Having a lot to learn ain't a bad thing, you know. If I went to a new job and I was out there 2 or 3 days at a new job, you know, I wouldn't be, I mean, I'd be fumbling around and everything, man. I wouldn't know what to do and all that. But you give me 3 weeks at a new job, well, now I can start, you know, thinking on my own and everything. So a lot of this work out here comes back to just common sense, man. So I'm hoping the dude that was working with me last summer for a while, I'm hoping that Justin will be able to come out here and run the other truck. But if not, I'm gonna have to find somebody. So I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna commit, not just somebody that I can train for a couple weeks and then they quit, you know. I need somebody that really wants to, that plans on being out here with me for the summer. Not somebody that tells me that, but somebody that, you know, that really, you know, can commit. So Francisco's been calling me, so I'm gonna call him back. He may commit to the summer out here. He can run the other truck. I'm gonna have to have somebody in the other truck, man. I feel a little bit naked right now, even though we can do a lot. But I know I go into the summer without the other truck running that I'm gonna be, I'm going to drop customers. So because I know me, I'll get burned out. And once I get burned out, I'm not worth a damn. That's why, this one way I've stayed in the game so long is because I don't get burned out, because I don't stretch myself. So, I mean, I stretch myself, but not out in the field. I do this time of year. I do this time of year though. But we did a pretty good bit of properties today. And he does pretty good on a lawnmower for his second day ever being on a zero turn. I gotta say. The thing is, it ain't about how to operate a mower or how to run a weed eater. What you gotta understand and know out here that is, well, you gotta know what to weed eat, how high to cut the grass, what areas to cut, and all that. It ain't, you know, anybody can fundamentally crank up a weed eater and give it gas and you know, weed eat, but you got to know where to weed eat when you're doing this for money. So I think I'm gonna be doing the one across the street too. He went out of town, and I think he's gonna have me do it. But anyway, I'm pulling to the house. Me and Sweet Pea, we're gonna chill. We've been working late, man, the last few days, so it's time to go in here and just chill, man. I'm ready to chill. Get my body rested up. A few things going on. So it's supposed to rain tonight. So those folks that I did the sod job for, they'll be coming back in town tomorrow. So this weekend, it's going to be about buttoning up that job out there, where I can go on and get my check from them and be done with it. Which is basically seed and straw, and put a couple pieces of metal down. Nothing major. If it rains really good, I might go over there by myself tomorrow and do everything that I can. I mean, I could seed and straw all of it. It's not that much. The only thing I'm concerned about is moving those two piles of debris I got. So I don't know that I want to take the skid, but I might. I can. It's not going to cost me. You know, it don't cost me that much, man. So not for me personally. But I got folks calling me left and right. I got 6 voicemails and about 8 text messages that I got to get in here, sit down, and look at. So yeah, y'all, deuces.